coming rolling through Japan. Oh yeah, dressed in that disguise, thinking he the man. Slipping right past all the signs that say no. Sneaking in the temples, yo, ain't no band. Ripping out the lenses, getting shots of the clan. Saying, look again, can you believe this view? Showing all his fans that his guts are true. Make sound and rolling, doing what he please. Make sound and taking risks, bring Japan to its knees. Showing all the signs that ain't on the plan. Watch out, folks, he's facing the sneaky cameraman. Down the alleys where the lights don't shine. Looking for adventure, he's gonna find. Stepping where a tourist ain't supposed to roam. But Bake Seven's got courage, just Japan's his own. Then clap your hands if you feel his vibe. Oh yeah, snap your fingers, join his funky ride. Bake Seven going high, he's a talk of the town. Yeah, traveling with the spirit that won't back down. Come on, so to Tokyo, he's breaking all the rules. Showing secret places that make you drool. Got a pocket full of stories and a heart full of fun. Bake Seven's got a game, yeah, he's second to none. Temples, you ain't no band. And now the lenses getting shots of the clan. Saying, look here, can you believe this view? Showing all his fans that his guts are true. Make sound and rolling, doing what he please. Make sound and taking risks, bring Japan to its knees. Showing all the signs that ain't on the plan. Watch out, folks, he's facing the sneaky cameraman. Ducking down the alleys where the lights don't shine. Looking for adventure, he's gonna find. Stepping where a tourist ain't supposed to roam. But Bake Seven's got courage, just Japan's his own. Clap your hands if you feel his vibe. Oh yeah, snap your fingers, join his funky ride. Bake Seven rolling high, he's a talk of the town. Yeah, traveling with the spirit that won't back down. But Bake Seven's got courage, this Japan's his home. But come on, back down. Come on. From Kyoto to Tokyo, he's breaking all the rules. Showing secret places to make you drool. Got a pocket full of stories and a heart full of fun. Bake Seven's got game, yeah, he's second to none. From Tokyo to Tokyo, he's breaking all the rules. Showing secret places to make you drool. Got a pocket full of stories and a heart full of fun. Bake Seven's got game, yeah, he's second to none.
Chatting with the girl just after goodbye. But little did he know he's in for a surprise. Chris Hansen's coming, got his eyes on the prize. Oh, snap. He's thinking it's a love connection on the line. The fantasies align, ain't a safe design. She's just a bait and this thing's so fine. Now Hansen's here to catch what's been malign. Caught in the
You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the
welcome to the show. My name is Dave, and this is FFOP Radio. What is up, Maxwell English and Ryan Maxwell? I'm glad you're both here so I can constantly confuse your damn names. But still, welcome. Krista, my co-host and producer, is off camera over there.
Hi.
Welcome to it. This is another classic. This is the Criterion collection of Predators. Thank you, Maxwell. It's it's not time to get rid of the hair. Anyway, moral of the story is, my allergies are off the chain today. The air is thick with dust and pollen. I love it here, but
It's gross.
I swear to God, I want to just cut my head off and pull all the snot out of it and put it back on. So I apologize if I'm not going to, or if I'm going to, I'm going to try not to snort in your ear and stuff like that, but got a little bit of a plug back there. So what are we doing? We've got a double header. We've got the processing of Nathan Downhour and Jay Refner, Meat Rocket 8 and Green Eyed 121. I know we still need a Krista cam. Here's the thing. Sometimes I think about putting her here and I'll sit off camera so you don't have to worry about me. We'll maybe try that in the future.
But there's just a lot of things going on over there that the more I drink, the less I understand.
Yeah,
remember?
you have to. Well, here's the thing. I could probably work like a satellite rig over there with all my gear, and all you'd have to do is just sit here.
I could probably handle that.
You'd have to handle the mixer and the buttons, though.
I could do that.
But anyway, so yeah, we're doing a double header. They're very short processings. I don't think either of them eclipse 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun time for us all, hopefully. And P.S., R.I.P. Michael Warwicker. Ryan Maxwell brought us that news via Joey's TCAP channel. So, yeah, I went over to Joey's TCAP channel to see if he knew how he went. Stake through the heart, exposure to sunlight. Those were the options on
Yeah,
offer.
I mean, and I looked it up, and his obituary is literally nothing.
It's not like that one obituary that Ryan Maxwell put in our Discord where it's like he was found dead of a heart attack in his house. Replaced by Zod. Whoa! Is that a compliment? Because if it is, I'll take it. If it's not, Fosco. Anyway, what else are we doing? Okay, so I've got something I wanted to show you because no one else... you guys aren't going to care what I'm going to show you. Since we're doing a TCAP double header, I don't have any Mike's Hard Lemonade to, celebrate with. But what I do have is our very own homebrew Skittlebrow. And this is something a child would drink. This is essentially just Skittles. Then I put in a gallon of water. The gravity was insanely high.
Yeah, it's Skittles wine.
It's Skittlebrow. You know what I mean? It's real Skittlebrow. Not like what Homer does. Ugh. So I'm also going to show you what color it is going to come out as.
It's not great. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Real milky. It's got a little bit of that Skittles color left in it, but whew. It's got a smell on it too. But it tastes okay. That's the thing.
Yeah. It's just Skittles.
It tastes like Skittles.
Guava.
I mean, not great Skittles.
It does look like guava juice.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, there you go. So we're celebrating with a little bit of real Skittlebrow. So the first one up is going to be Nathan Downhour. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Nathan, he was the young man from the Evangelical Christian College. He showed up. I don't know why I remember this, but I'm pretty sure he shows up in a white Plymouth Neon. I don't know why I remember it being a Plymouth instead of a Dodge. I feel like when you see the white and the blue splashes on it. Oh no, Dr. Disrespect. You must have just watched that thing too, right then, Fosco? Like what? And what a slow burn. But we're not here to talk about Dr. Disrespect. Whatever. Not into oh my God, would that be considered a lol cow now? We could talk about it. Ooh, hello, Becca. Welcome.
Hey.
I'm going to knock my Skittlebrow bottle over. I got to move it. There we go. So let me get him pulled up here. I've been talking too much and not paying attention. Whew. So here we are. Nathan Downhour, Plymouth Neon. He shows up, Evangelical Christian College. He has the fantasies dreamed up online or in your mind. You know, things you would never do in real life. That sort of vibe. Gonna get if you don't know.
The internet.
Yeah, we're getting, this is, again, back to the classic wood paneling 70s processing trailer.
Patrick
The erotic novelist. Yes.
TCAP Ireland read the Dr. Disrespect apology in Lorne voice on his channel.
That's insane. I mean, the internet is such a crazy place, and not for nothing, because here's the thing. The Dr. Disrespect thing has been a little bit gnawing at me because these people put up these YouTube videos and they go, what happened there? And I go, yeah, what happened there? I'm curious. Ugh. Fosco, please, if you've seen, it just literally came out. I'll drop them, some love because I like that content they put out. The Foxpaw channel that's putting out the Chris Chan documentaries. I mean, Geno Samuel will never, he's the GOAT for Christian Weston Chandler, lore, and etc. I would say Foxpaw, and I hope I'm getting that name right. Second, I love the editing. I love I love everything about it. The only thing about it I don't like is the depressing state of Chris's life.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, let me stop talking. Get that out of the way. Let's just watch some TCAP classic. Take us back to 2004. Oh my God, I apologize. I can't believe it.
The static thing.
This is the most unprofessional show that you guys are being subject to. That's the only way I can put it.
Where were you guys in 2004? I was a sophomore in high school.
I was 2 years out of high school. Not for nothing.
I'll definitely check out Foxpaw. I watched
Kino Casino. Here's the thing. Foxpaw hits me two ways because he's doing the Chris Chan documentary, but also releases like Vaporwave albums.
Double duty.
Yeah, I fucking love Vaporwave. Okay, so here we are. Also, I wanted to point this out too because I feel like this is a Mavica, right?
Maxwell English was in third grade in 2004.
You son of a bitch. Keep it down.
You can turn the volume up or...
I'm Sergeant Trissel. This is Deputy Mullen.
Is this
From
their sound?
Sheriff's Office, okay?
You can't hear it?
I got it.
Is it correct that you're Nathan Downhour? Is that correct?
Downhour? My wife, 2004.
Nathan, we need to talk to you a little bit here about what's been going on, okay? You've already been read your rights, so you understand your rights, okay? Willing to talk to us here? Okay.
Mr. GG said it first, but like Randall Weems right there, right, guys? You guys saw Recess.
First thing I need to know is, what you're...
And not for nothing. Here's the thing. I sort of feel bad for Nathan in this context, in this context alone. I have a tragic nose, so I feel for him there, right? Like, I mean, mine isn't that bad. Like, mine's just crooked as hell and huge. His is like, I don't know, it's like a funnel, right? It's not even a triangle. It's like the funnel I use for brewing. There's like, you can see the spout, like here it is. Like all the liquid goes in this side and goes whoop.
It's a strange angle too. Like part of me makes it looks the way I'm looking at it like a Whoville nose.
Oh,
but
yeah.
big.
What you're doing, what you're coming here? Why'd you come to that house on
Why'd you
5K
do that?
Avenue for?
Stipend?
Why did you come here in the first place?
Knifing?
To see a 13-year-old girl in that house.
Okay.
Well, if he's honest.
He is being honest.
What was the screen name of the girl you come to see?
Katie? No.
Do you know?
Katie did sings.
Oh, yeah. Katie did
did sing?
sings because it was Katie as the
And
girl.
what's your screen name?
God, it's for a kiss. This is
39121.
39121. Okay. How'd you first meet her?
Online.
You met her online?
Or in your mind. You know what I mean? What's Ryan saying there?
Did you see the leaked series Bible for the Recess reboot? Among other things, Randall is principal.
Oh, my God. Like, I want to say, like, I don't know. I'm tired of this concept. We're doing the 70s show. We're doing the 90s show. We're doing everything just like, hey, we're bringing back the same show, Fuller House. Like everybody just like in situ is now 20 years older to serve all the people Arrested Development.
Yep. Lady Catherine, as a base shaman would say.
How long ago was that?
Less than a week.
Yesterday.
You been talking to her every day?
Kind of looks like Pinocchio a little bit too, right?
Nearly every day.
Like a swarthy Pinocchio, like an Italian Pinocchio. I feel like he has no body hair. It's all just neck up.
And you knew how old she was when you come, because you just admitted she's 13, right? Right. Okay.
He's got a
What
strange
made you believe she
hairline.
was 13?
Where was that other guy to tell him to keep his jeans in his jeans?
Oh, yeah.
She type you and tell you that, and you believe, by seeing the pictures, you believe she was 13 and everything?
And everything.
Okay.
That's a question that you
Have
could
ever
just be like,
talked to her on the phone or anything?
I thought she was older. Not that it would matter because she said she was 13,
Twice
but like,
before
why
today.
ask that question?
Like, you always ask these questions when we watch interrogations. You go, why are they asking? It's obvious. Yeah, everybody knows it's obvious. They do it because every fucking time they have to do it. They go, well, like, 'cause it feels stupid. You just have to, like, I don't know. You just have to become accustomed to that. You have to build up the filter of, like, the slow burn. And part of the slow burn of the low boil is, like, literally hand-holding them through every minute of the day. Like, they don't say, tell me about when you woke up for no reason. They are just... they're insatiable. I don't know what detectives want with all this frivolous detail.
Hey, Rod.
What's up, Rod?
Vince and Spinelli are married and have a kid. Gretchen is
What
at
the fuck?
Gretchen is at NASA. TJ is a bit of a recluse. Mikey is dead
Mikey's dead. I don't get that. He was
because his
reckless.
VO artist is dead. Huh. And Gus is now transgender. Not making any of that up.
This guy, Corey Edgar, Dustin McFetridge, John DuPay. None of these presidents have sideburns. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Huh. I don't know, man. Like, now that you bring that up, Jameson, it's an interesting point because it feels like the further along the negative end of the spectrum, whatever spectrum you're thinking of, like that person's sideburns like are cut higher. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like if you're a real serious dude, you can have long chops and people whatever. But like the more you lack in confidence or intelligence or skill, like because like I don't know. This is probably just a pejorative, prejudicial, toxic thought. But I always saw dudes with like big sideburns, like super confident. And like the janitor that worked at the mall food court always had his haircut like way up here. Like so dedicated was he to being like that type of person. No sideburn all the way up to here. Normal haircut, just like, I go, what's up with that? It's just some indicators that, like, if you see a person in an ICP shirt, you go, okay, I think I got that person pegged.
Yes.
Okay.
Ryan always says no sideburns.
How long were your calls?
And they're not for everybody. But you just got to know when to end them or fade them, for God's sake. He did it himself, for sure, yeah.
5 minutes each time.
5, 10 minutes.
5, 10 minutes. Okay. And what was the fun? Did you call her? She call you, or?
She called me.
Okay. When was that?
The more I look at him, and I'm forced to study, and the more I see things where I go, God damn, he just got the genetic, like, goose egg in the lottery of life. Because, like, he's got the attached earlobes, right? Which aren't great. Like, if you had to choose one, the attached or detached, like these ones, I would go with these ones over those ones because, sometimes they are so attached, they look like one of those aliens from Babylon 5 or whatever. And he's got like the no chin going on, and that nose and those eyebrows just feel like lead weights over his eyes. It's terrible.
Baked Salmon rocks the best sideburns. His sideburns are pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's got confidence and charisma and talent. Like, he rocks a pair of sideburns because he can carry that shit.
Rod says, Down Hours chat log is a gem. Hysterical to see a grown man working to navigate lying to his own mommy and daddy in addition to working around his 13-year-old soulmate's parents' schedule as well.
Right. I mean, it's hectic. You know, you got school and you got church and you
Definite project management skills.
got a spreadsheet of perversion.
Right.
Yeah.
She called me Tuesday, and
Shaky cam much?
I think there's.
Like, look at his hair. It's not straight and it's not wavy. It's just like terrible. Everything about him just is like, ugh. I mean, I don't mean to like
What
levy
number
these
she call
personal
you
attacks at somebody, but who
What
else
phone
is
number?
going
Where
to
were
be?
you at?
I like the wood panels.
998.
I'm saying, like the best part about it.
5702.
Oh, yeah. He knows all about the female body. I know that. I mean, Chris led us with a trail of breadcrumbs, learning little tidbits from the chat log. I mean, yeah, he knows his way around a vagine.
And what is that?
Campus
Yes.
phone.
Campus phone?
Nice.
What'd you guys talk about? What'd you call?
I was in the quad playing some frisbee. Called my 13-year-old girlfriend Katie.
Is this before or after Jeff Stacy?
She asked a few
Like-
questions.
Like in timeline of TCAP, like I'm wondering why he's still handcuffed. Like I'm like, is it because Jeff Stacy tried stabbing himself in the neck because he wasn't
No,
cuffed?
it's just a municipality. It doesn't, like, there's no real rhyme or reason. Like, maybe you've seen, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but like, I can't remember his name. Oh, Nicholas. He's this big dumb guy who's like on Social Security and getting food stamps and stuff, and like he just got in his truck with his friend Reginald or whatever his name. I can't remember his name. Drove to the back of a gas station to like sell this dude $6 worth of perks, and he just pulled out his gun and shot him a shit ton, and then shot him in the head.
Damn.
Why did I start telling that story?
Was he handcuffed during the interrogation?
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, even though, you know, it's a crime of concert and they knew exactly what was going on, for the driver, they put the handcuffs on the table, and it was one of those tables that has like a big eye hook set into it. So like it was handcuffed to the table, and they were just sitting there like, ugh, like as a scare tactic. But the huge dude, Nicholas, who has like, you know, probably 150 pounds on his interrogator, and that waifish 80-pound lady in the corner, you know, they handcuffed his ass for sure.
Well, yeah.
But then they did a smart thing too. Since he's like as big as a rhino, they left him in there like to just sleep for a couple hours. Because I'd rather come in at someone like groggy than like ready to come and kick my ass, right?
Hard to believe a guy with this much charisma ended up sorting soda cans at a recycling plant.
Yeah, you know what? Christian education will get you. Well, I guess
Question mark?
if you're a pervert, it doesn't get you anything.
Asked her how she was like.
Just talk about coming up here.
Dude, put this camera on a tripod, for God's sake.
It's one of those Sony handy cams he's just like holding.
Look, there's the boom mic.
Nice.
Woo.
Hello.
This is Red Letter Media. There it is again.
Perfect.
It's going to get a credit.
What are you using to type back
Got a
and
little
forth?
TV up in the corner.
Laptop? Your own personal laptop?
It's a fat top,
Where's that at?
In my car.
In your car? Okay.
not under it.
Whoop. This is our table.
Oh my God, guys.
Now,
You can tell this guy's getting annoyed by the look over the shoulders. Thanks, guys. Like, I understand I'm getting golden time for this, and like NBC is a big deal, but like, get the out of here.
as far as you on your laptop, but where were you at the time? Are you in college? Is that correct? Where do you go to college at? Taylor. You go to college in Taylor?
That's cool.
Are you familiar with this area over here?
Nope.
This is like a minor of the interrogations of TCAP. Like, these are the least charismatic detectives, I feel like, in all of the Southern
Yeah.
things. It's not like the big guy getting angry, and it's not like the less big but ball-capped guy who is like just like no nonsense. Like, did you yes or no? Did you write that perverted shit?
Ryan left Fap Top.
Okay. What do you got here?
And then when they made Chromebooks, it's like, how do you FAP to that?
your plans for today when you come to meet her?
There's that big law dictionary again.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't it be funny if that was just like a field guide to like the trees of, where is this again? There's just like when I was a kid, you always run across like at museums or little bookstores or whatever, like the Arizona local information sort of little books. It's like all the reptiles and all the amphibians or all the plants and the geology of Arizona. That's what that feels like. It's so generic. It looks like.
Yeah, the botanical guy.
Where is this?
I don't know why. It sounds like Georgia.
Yeah, it's got to be. I don't know why I'm bad at names of places where things happen. I'm going to throw that book at him.
I guess one thing to remember, we're here to talk to you. We pretty much know what was said. We're giving you a chance to cooperate and help yourself, and us understanding why you come here and the reasons behind that. Okay? So, if you want to cooperate, tell us the story, tell us why, explain to us why so we understand why.
Doesn't this feel like a fish that jumped in a boat and then stopped flapping around immediately, but the fisherman is still like gently like whipping it a little bit? Bowling Green?
Bowling
Okay, there
Green.
you go.
Is that Kentucky?
Yeah.
Bowling Green? Okay.
And it's just like sort of whipping it like, stop fighting. And he's just like prodding it with his pole. And like the fish is there, man. Like he has offered you no resistance. It's like you're interrogating a jello mold that has sentience. Like nothing has happened. Like aggression wise, like resistance wise, he's just like, yeah, I came to meet a 13-year-old girl for sex. Her name was Katie Did Sigs. And he's like, hey man, now it's time to get serious. She's like, we're going to ask you some questions and I want you to knock off all this resistance.
Crazy.
Oh, Ohio.
Greenville, Ohio.
Yeah, I'm bad with geography. I mean, all Americans are.
Thomas,
Thanks, Thomas.
you got a hot date or something?
Always. I mean, who has the time for that?
Wow.
When I came through the door,
Just get you in the mood?
I made some spaghetti, but I dropped some sauce on the floor.
Good.
I pretty much already
Yeah,
reached
I'm
a
wrong.
conclusion.
Yeah, right. Because fucking
Thanks,
Greenville,
Rod.
Ohio. What was the Kentucky one? Because it was KBI. That was Catherine Reed and John Dudinsky.
Wasn't Brinkman in Kentucky? Didn't he drive over the border to go to, or did he go to Ohio?
Hell to the no. He was.
Look, you're getting Ryan in the mood.
That this was something I couldn't go through with.
Geeties.
I thought about the whole
Sketties.
drive over here.
Sketties.
Got it. I thought you were talking about the Skittles for a second.
Sketties.
So I figured I'd just tell her face to face that we could
Yeah,
spend
I
time.
was right.
KBI
Thank you,
was Bowling Green?
Jameson. Yes, because
Right. Wait, yeah. So
Brinkman drove over the border to go to Kentucky because he lived in wherever the other town was, or state was that he lived in, I think.
Randall Wolford at Oil Drilling Consultant. I only say that because, Kenneth Brinkman worked at an oil.
Oil.
And that's not funny
Oil.
to say. Like, but yeah, what's his name? It's Oil Drilling Consultant. What was going on there?
time together, watch a movie, whatever, but there wouldn't
Oh,
be
God damn it.
anything beyond that. Or maybe I should have even just left.
I don't
That's
know,
the thing.
man. I don't know. Maybe he lived in
TCAP
Kentucky,
lore
went
is
to
getting lost
Ohio.
to history. Where are our TCAP historians? No, they're probably out there.
After that,
Okay. But as far as you guys'
I know.
talking back and forth,
Right, it was this thing. God damn it, because the wood. The wood paneling, the thing that I love so much. I feel like everybody here is a little under the influence of something, right? Like nobody knows shit about dick.
I feel like we have a gas
what
leak
were your
in
plans
the
Holy hell.
stream.
as far as what you guys are communicating.
Right the fuck here.
Our plans as far as we were communicating or as far as I was thinking.
Bowling
at the
Green
moment.
is where all the pervs live. That's just known, brothers. You get yourself a $5 footlong and the kid in one. Oh,
was a sexual activity.
it's Paris to New Cross State Lines for Bowling Green. Well, God damn it.
But
Yeah, I don't think
Possibly.
Kenneth Brinkman only drove 45 minutes.
I swore he.
Said her name was 45 minutes? Or you just want, God damn it. Watch the baked salmon breakdown of Brinkman. Baked salmon's getting a lot of
Watch Big Salmon.
here, listen to this.
repercussions of that's actually doing that.
I thought like this is how foreign cultures, or no, this is how like Americans draw the French, right?
Yeah.
I'm using the wrong mouse. This is how Americans draw the French.
Began to gnaw on my mind. I couldn't stop thinking about
Copy
it.
that.
What would happen if I got caught? I was
Brinkman
caught.
never wastes a load of gas.
But your whole plan when you come over was to have sex. And then supposedly you
He left his
changed that
wallet at
since
home.
Before you walked in the door, you decided that wasn't the right thing. Okay.
But you still
The whole
opened the door
thing
and
was
walked
you
in.
emailed her or talked back and forth, chatted with her, advising that you wanted to have sex with her, knowing that she's 15.
Please, Rod. Please. Just be like, hey, you ever just like maybe not, don't be overt about it, obviously. Because I do that shit. Like if I work in places where I know people, like I'll draw pins not to like give it a shot. I mean, what do you have to lose? Your reputation? Possibly, but that's not me.
Okay. Correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Did you bring anything with you to give to her? You ever didn't bring any gifts or anything?
Yeah, Thomas, here's the thing about this cameraman. I like the fact that there's an actual cameraman there. I just wish that he was able to bring a tripod with him and lock that shit down and or just stand in one fucking spot so he can pan,
Right, back and
interview
forth.
style. But he's all over the goddamn place. And the boom mics in the shot, like,
He's walking all over the room.
Jesus.
Or anything like that? The only thing he had on him was a pocket knife. Is there anything else in the car?
An AK-47.
There were some books I
Condoms.
was going to give her,
What kind of books?
fantasy novels.
You guys ever read The Whimsical Clavicle? It's a story about a sex pervert skeleton. I couldn't make it past like the 40th chapter. The cat
And
in
you say
there.
your laptop's in the car, right?
Right.
Why did you bring your laptop, man?
Do you have
Why
a
do they
problem giving
always?
us consent to
I
get-
like the laptops. Okay, I can understand that. Like maybe it was in a book bag or whatever. I get that. But then, like, so many people bring like the fucking tower. And this is like a 2004 tower. It's not like a tower of today. Like where I work on a mini PC that's like this big. Like they're fucking like putting on weight belts to hoist this 80-pound monstrosity into the car to meet the girl, 13-year-old of their dreams. Good Lord.
The loneliest
in the
time
car.
in. That's my favorite fantasy book. The only border crosses in Bowling Green were Lauren DeMac and Mike Patterson.
Yeah. Patterson. We got to watch his interrogation one day. What a land party.
Okay, so you're giving us
All right,
consent
guys,
to
do.
get into your room. Is there anything else in there that we should know about before we get in there?
Let's see. Clothes, bags.
Gnarled
Under
me up
the
bad.
left seat, there's a box of condoms unopened.
My bad, Thomas.
That was supposed to be for something different. I just never used them.
Okay. Anything else? No drugs, anything like that? Okay.
I wish, he says. Where's my mushroom dealer?
Is there any pictures on that computer we should know about? Any pictures of children or anything like that?
Sarah
You wanna
Boone's
let us
answer.
know
The
ahead of
picture of
time,
my
any nude
dog.
pictures or anything that
Mike
anybody
Patterson
else
is the
has sent
closest
you or
predator to
anything?
where I live, like 30 minutes east.
Okay. There's no pictures of
You
any
guys may have
underage-
touched on this, but was everyone aware? Yes.
Yeah, we're all aware Michael Worker passed.
We don't know why. We don't know how.
Yeah, we don't know why. I mean, we know. I mean, why is like the.
I mean,
a weird
I meant
way to say
how.
it. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know, whatever. You can be like, well, he was so young, but like, how young was he? He looked
40.
like 70.
43 or 44 or 47. 47, I think.
Oh my God. So that means he was in his 20s during TCAP days?
1977, I want to say his obituary said.
Oh, then he's like 50. Because I'm
47.
40, and I was born in the 80s. Wait, was he born 70? What
77.
What doesn't matter. Moral of the story is, like, I mean, we only had like a little.
29.
He was 29. Okay, so we only had like a little window into his existence, But like, I feel like his screen name and the fact that he showed up and wanted to like drink the punch that was on offer in front of Chris Hansen, like that dude was probably not living like a life that I lead, right? Where I'm like, I don't know if I should, like, I think we should just go with the organic just to be safe. You think he's one of those people? He might have been strangled to death by a vampire dominatrix or something. Because, like, hello, his screen name is all the implication you need. Right?
Oh man, so on the funeral home of his thing.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
No, they got rid of the memories. It's the option to leave a memory is completely gone now.
No shit, right? Like
there were some. I mean, it's terrible that people are doing it, but there were some good ones.
I don't know, man. Like,
yeah, all it says on Legacy is 47 of Nampa died Saturday, June 22nd. Funeral home is Zaire Funeral Chapel. Period. That's it.
So let's just speculate wildly and say that, like, in my head or in an alternate universe, he probably like slammed a bunch of H into his like dick vein and got strangled to death by a vampire hooker. I don't know, but like he's dead. He's dead. That's all there is to it.
Passed
We're
away.
losing TCAP alumni more and more every year.
Can I just read some of these memories from Legacies for his other obituary? Because every Predator has left a comment.
I know, and here's the thing. I don't know if I want to. In the dick vein. This feels like cruel and unusual punishment. Like, I understand that sex perverts are the hardest to be rehabilitated because, like, murderers can be eventually taught to stop murdering, but, like, sex perverts don't stop. So, like, I'm of two minds because I don't like the fact that, you know, society at large can just make your life a living hell and, like, maybe you can legitimately, I don't know. I just don't. I'm so torn. But here I am making fun of Nathan Donauer's nose and shit. So, I mean, you know, people in glass houses and yada, yada, yada.
Children or anything like that on there.
Chat, let me know if you want me to read any of them. Even Kayla wrote something.
Okay.
Of course you did. All the
So
way
you
from
don't have a
Cornville?
problem us looking on your computer either? You give us consent to look on the computer?
You may look on the computer.
Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to fill out a form here in a minute. Have you sign as far as consent, okay? And have you ever sent any nude images to her? Is this the only picture you've ever sent to her? That's the only one? Okay.
I mean, not suspicious at all, Thomas. Here's the thing. I know I give sex perverts a lot of grief. Here's the thing. I don't care. Like, if you're a sex pervert that doesn't harm anybody, that's fine. I know a bunch of sex perverts. They don't harm anybody. They keep their sex perversion behind closed doors, and they keep it, you know, like, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Like, it's the perverts that are a menace to society, like the skulking little Randall Weems or the Cody Greens or the, you know, to a lesser extent, obviously, like probably the lowest is the Brinkmans, but that's, you know.
Ryan says, please read them.
What is
Maybe
address
after
actually
this
on Hartford
interrogation,
City?
I can read a couple.
0724 West.
07?
I'm a vampire.
24 West, 800 North.
He's not in New York, so I don't know if that shit would fly where he's from.
Here's the tripod.
You know, not for nothing, Jameson. Why couldn't she get those files? Right? He kept asking. I've been there. You ask someone for something so many times and they don't do it, and so you want to snap and run down the street and say you're a vampire.
Menace to society, tick, pinch, and thugs.
Thugs.
Okay. You never had any criminal history or anything?
I'm just going to take this.
Anything minor
Bye.
we should know about?
Walk right in front of the camera.
Like, from this angle, doesn't it look like Randall? Not Randall. Sam isn't Randall. Doesn't it look like Nathan here is just like a torso?
Yes.
Like they brought him in and they handcuffed him and they just set him in the chair like a styrofoam tombstone.
Okay. Have you ever done this before? And not actually got caught? And met a minor? What made you do this for the first time?
Oh, got you up.
Let's get real close.
What made you come here to meet her?
I appreciate the cameraman like trying to pick dramatic moments to be like, aha, this will be a gotcha moment, or like this is the thing that'll be. But then like he gets up and we do all this like zzz, like snap zoom, like where you expect to see like Superman running and saving some kids from a falling building. But then there's Nathan just sitting there like, like chill, dude. Right, alphabetical order. A, B, C, D. You know. What a crazy movie.
I really don't know.
You don't know? Do you have a girlfriend or anything?
Nope.
Nope.
Imagine,
When's the last
I
time you
imagine
had a-
how much of a silly goose you feel like when the cops start asking you if you're a creepy little dirt birdie pervert.
Yeah, you would. You'd be like, oh, well, whoopsie daisy is probably your first thought.
Girlfriend?
Never.
Never?
Never.
So you're kind of desperate? Not mean that in a bad way. You haven't had a girlfriend?
Sound like he's like, were you levying a death threat?
Don't talk to anybody, nothing like that.
I talked to some girls, but nothing's ever gone past that.
So you get talked.
I mean, I get it. I've had women literally throwing themselves at me. Like, now all the signs were there. Like, I was in their bedroom and they were wearing very little. And I was like, what are we going to watch a movie? Like, I've been there a zillion times because I'm a fucking idiot. But that's the thing. I was building up my awareness toward fucking. But like, Nathan here is like, yeah, I've never talked to anybody, no girlfriend ever. And then just like one day, there's got to be whatever, like the movie, whatever. I don't want to make a movie reference. But moral of the story is, you don't just wake up one day and go like, now is the time. I'm going to get some condoms and find a girl. Like that, like Stiven, right? Lusting after Lauren. He had an object of his affection, whereas this guy was probably just lusting after the concept. And
Yeah.
so maybe he had been trolling, but no one was biting on his hook because his bait is so fucking ham-fisted and terribly written.
Right.
Stiven. Nathan.
Talking to this
The hair is there, Nathan.
13-year-old on the internet and maybe see it as a lucky break for you to
Whoa.
have sex.
Camera sick. Oh, God.
How old are you?
23.
23?
Yikes.
Okay.
Looks older than me.
You're
That
giving
kinda
him way too
gist
much
of it?
flack. Like,
Have you ever
I
had
don't think he looks. I don't think he looks much
dare
older
you.
than 23.
How dare you, number one, that you don't agree with me that he looks older than me. But number two, he definitely does not look 23. Like, this is a dude, okay, maybe I'm not older than me, but like 35. Like, this is the kind of guy like you'd see behind a desk at like a CPA or like a tax, like one of those Liberty tax places. He comes out with like a shirt and tie and he goes, hey, I'm Nathan Danauer. I'm 37 years old. And I go, yeah, I believe it.
Ever had sex before?
No.
He
No.
just looks like
So you have a box of condoms with you.
an
You've never
LDS.
had sex before.
90-year-old, yes.
The whole plan was to have sex with this 13-year-old when you got here. Correct?
That was the original plan.
Okay. Did you tell anybody you were coming here today?
No.
Probably bet for the best, right? Just walking into his dorm room, all the crucifixes and little Jesus is up there, crown of thorns. He goes, hey, guess who's getting laid, bros? And he throws up his hands and his roommates are like, yeah, even Christian dudes like to go on fucking road trips. And I don't mean, metaphorical fucking road trips. He went on a road trip to fuck.
And it says Montpelier, Indiana.
Oh, sorry. I keep thinking Hartford City all the time. It is Montpelier. Montpelier's right next to Hartford City.
Okay.
See, wait. No, that was a perfect time for the detectives to double down and be like, stop resisting. Tell me the truth. Look at you see the boom mic guy a little bit. Whoop, who are you?
Hey.
There's a tripod right there.
There's a tripod in the place, in the room that they're in. He showed the tripod.
There's so many. Like, yeah, just lock this shit down. What are we like? Oh my god!
If your tax professional introduced him with his age, he's probably multiple kids in a trench coat.
Now that you mention it, my taxes were totally fucked, and they were done in crayon.
The fucking boob mic actually made it into the footage. Oh, more than once.
Right?
Yeah, we got to see the whole operator. Well, not the whole operator, from the nose down.
That's what you got on here? Brown hair, hazel eyes?
Yeah, this one is like... Here's the thing. I kind of... I'm going to float a theory to you now, because I feel like this is the JV dude who wants to be varsity. And by that, I mean... And I've talked to... We went over Jeff Stacy's interrogation, so this isn't, telling tales out of school, but that cameraman fucking nailed it. Like, always had the right shot. He didn't wobble. He didn't throw you on a virtual roller coaster at any point. It was very like, here's what you need to do. And then, ice that cake with the processing footage where, like, it was all usable material. I wouldn't have cut a single second of that. Like the artsy shot where you see Jeff's feet in his little prison sandals and his toes are tapping. And it's like every shot was a masterpiece. And this guy is probably like the guy living. He's like the, Mozart. And who's his fucking second fiddle? Salieri. He's his Salieri. Like he's constantly chasing the coat of the other cameraman. And it's just like, it's fucking terrible, guys.
Cameraman is using his spare hand to eat a McDonald's because he can't break for lunch.
Yeah.
It's too
Double
busy.
cheeseburger, no pickles.
Okay. Okay. And your date was 16 of 82?
I beat you, Thomas.
Okay.
Hazel eyes, but your username was green
You
eyes.
didn't tell anybody you were coming here today?
No.
What was your plans once you come here, did what you were going to do, then what was you going to do? Go back to college or
Go home.
Or like quit college and join the circus. What?
go home? You're supposed to be going home anyways?
Mm-hmm.
So your parents don't have any idea you're over here or anything like that?
No.
Or anything like that.
There we go. What was the point of that?
This could be like, oh my God, there's another goddamn tripod. But that's their camera. That's the police.
That was
camera.
the tripod that I was talking about.
Yeah, so that, like, look at that thing. This is a mini DV cam, like
a tarp?
less than a megapixel. Terrible.
Is that blue a tarp? Like splitting to a second interrogation room?
Yeah, I mean, they're in a trailer.
So everything you've typed in here, you're not denying that it was you typing it or anything like that, correct?
No.
Everything's factual that you typed it.
Factual.
I didn't catch that last sentence that officer said.
How long were you planning on
The
staying here?
fucking sky.
Original plan was maybe overnight. When I got here, I don't know, I probably would have left early.
Probably.
Who's the tonight, tomorrow, and tomorrow night guy? Or
That's
today,
Lauren.
tomorrow, and tomorrow. The
That's Lauren.
Is there anything else you can think of you need to advise me at this point? As far as anything with this?
I've heard that question asked to so many suspects. Very few people go like, well, yeah.
Well, actually.
Well, actually. And the only time I've ever heard that question answered is like from witnesses. Like no suspect is ever like, oh, yeah, like Brittany Gosney. She was like, oh, yeah, when I was running over my kid, I liked it.
Ryan, he's just a torso, so he doesn't have any shoes.
Yeah, well, I mean, what do you call a man with no arms, no legs in a pool? Nathan Danauer.
Dude, great idea for a found footage horror movie. It's the one of Chris Hansen pervert interviews, but then they knock over an urn and they get haunted and terrorized by a spooky ghost.
I like it.
Ooh.
Oh man, oh Jesus. Like, wouldn't that be like, because I'm now fully conceptualizing that, right? Like they do, like in an alternate universe, William Conrad Jr. didn't off himself. The show got to go on for like fucking 20 seasons, right? So eventually they run out of gimmicks and they go to like generally, but a specific Louisiana haunted bayou mansion. And like the first predator comes in, like, you know, the cameras all come out and like the doors slam and all the windows slam shut. And then Chris Hansen and the one surviving cameraman have to team up with the predator to survive the night.
Oh, wow. I was thinking of it way differently.
And then, like, let's say it's that blonde girl who showed up and made, like, whatever, an ungodly amount of money for one day's work and wore, like, an Elsa wig. Like, she's there, too, and they're, like, running from the ghosts, and maybe they have, like, maybe, like, the cameraman can see the ghosts. Because for some reason, you know, they were EVP, but, like, it's video or whatever. I dig it.
I like yours
dig
better.
That shit,
My
Thomas.
thought was just the ghosts were all the other dead predators coming back to haunt Chris Hansen.
Type of 1 in the chat if you like my idea better.
I already like your idea better. I was just giving my what came to my mind first.
Why do people say that? Type of 1 in the chat. I always wanted to say that, and I did.
Shut down the stream. Got $1 million idea here. It's gonna get stolen like tomorrow.
God damn it! I have a bunch of $1 million ideas. I'm closing in. Thank you, Ryan. I'm closing in on $1 billion worth of $1 million ideas. The wallet moth alone, please, someone.
All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit here a minute. We'll get a consent form.
I'm going to sit here a minute.
Consent form.
I'm handcuffed.
And then we'll get you to sign that. And
At least, Maxwell, at least 100.
at this point, you're going to be charged with unlawful.
But since you typed a 1 in the chat, I'm going to take you as an agreeing person.
The ghosts are all TCAP predators. At one point, there's a planes, trains, and automobiles moment. That's not ectoplasm.
Okay, so here's the thing. Maybe let's do that. Okay, I'm pivoting. We're not going to make this a period piece. $100 million ideas is $100 million, Maxwell. Don't fucking gaslight me. But here's the thing. I was thinking we would set this as a period piece and maybe have like a CGI de-aged Chris Hansen. But yeah, wouldn't that be the kickers? Like we put it like, you know, Fuller House reboot style. Here we are 30 years in the future. Chris Hansen's old and like he's it's like The Rock. Like Chris Hansen is going to play the Sean Connery role. I wouldn't mind being Nicolas Cage's role if you'd have me. But all the ghosts are, Jim Roush, Jeff Stacey, Michael Worker now, Wolin,
Conrad
Murray. Yeah, it's like, okay, imagine this. It's The Rock meets 13 Ghosts.
Chris Hansen.
That's a fucking $1 billion
shows
idea.
up like Dr. Loomis from Halloween.
His face is all burned because he was in a TCAP explosion or something. That'd be fun.
Unlawful sexual conduct, attempted unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. Okay? Which is a felony of the fourth degree.
What does that mean?
What's that mean?
Staying here this weekend.
You'll be staying here all weekend on this charge.
All weekend. Maybe that's why they did it on a Friday. Is like to really drive the nail into that board. It's like no judges coming in on a weekend, so fuck you guys.
He's got to be post.
The crime or what?
Right, he has to be a ghost, Maxwell.
Yeah, so he wouldn't be a ghost unless he did the thing.
$100 million ideas is $100 million, Maxwell. Conrad, if he doesn't kill himself, isn't. You motherfucker.
Lady O, what if we compromise and do a TCAP Christmas Carol? Louis Conrad is Marley. Stanley K is Christmas present.
No. Stop this at once. The idea was a found footage, like, you know, Cloverfield, Blair Witch Project. If we're going to turn it into like a fucking Dickensian play, I'm out.
Chris goes to use the bathroom and Edward Hoggingsworth's face appears in the toilet.
I'd have to look it up and give you that answer in a little bit. Yeah.
The thing.
And it goes on my record, correct?
Oh yeah, what if like Jim Roush was the thing and he kept absorbing people? He's like
Oh,
the
yeah.
biggest predator I can think of.
This footage was filmed in the 2000s, so you know these motherfuckers are jonesing to get this over with and get some Pizza
oh my
Hut
God, they're fucking
pizzones.
pizzones. Right? Oh, Jesus Christ, that was a good pull, Thomas.
Oh yeah, you can go on your record if you're convicted of it.
You're just making me
So I'm
hungry
gonna
now,
try
Thomas.
for it. Yeah.
Hey, this is a
Yep.
separate idea. My lawyers will be in touch.
Fine, hey,
I do
call
like
off
Christmas.
the lawyers. You want to make your own movie? Fine. You want to abscond with my wife? Fine. Make a Christmas Carol TCAP crossover. I think the fucking
Hey, but I came up with the idea.
whatever. You and Ryan make whatever crappy movie you want. This movie I'm talking about will be like a Blumhouse affair that will cost under 15 million. That's going to bring in 85, maybe north of 100. And you guys are going to be like, oh, Christmas Carol is, no. Why don't you remake Tarzan? See how that goes.
Any other questions? Your car, we have that, and it's towed to our impound at this time.
We have
Okay.
that.
Okay. Tell me it's a Plymouth Neon.
At this point, it'll be up to the prosecutor. What's going to happen with the car, so that we'll have to wait, and we can answer that question later.
God damn it. Nathan is such a dead fish that, like, the detective is answering the questions that literally everyone
Yeah.
asks, like, out of,
What's gonna happen to my car?
like, habit. Like, he's just running through the answers of all the shit that people constantly ask, but Nathan's been sitting here being like, oh, boom mic.
I'm a torso.
Later on at this point.
we got your
Advising
car,
what you've told
bitch.
us
We
and
got
everything
finger
else.
popping
Okay.
all over the console. You don't even need to get
All
Chris
right,
to sign
well,
on.
sign
Just have him.
consent form, and then we'll get you out of here, all right?
Read the script. Oh, just have him read the scripted lines in Cameo.
0724.
Way to hit send
West
mid-sentence,
800.
Jameson.
Or, not for nothing, if I were an unscrupulous person, there are, I mean, you know, AI is the devil in disguise. I mean, in some ways, whatever. But, like, and it's not good yet, but if I could get enough of Chris Hansen's voice, which is easily available, and just push it through an AI, I could really set myself up for a lawsuit that would destroy me.
Why doesn't your mom make Tarzan? Take
What's
that.
your home phone?
Your mom can make Tarzan.
765
Okay.
348.
What's the other thing they always try and reboot? Like every fucking 5 or 10 years, Tarzan comes out and people go,
Beauty and the Beast.
meh, no. That's been made twice. Tarzan has like got a bunch of like maybe no. I'm trying to think. Nothing has been remade as much as like Tarzan. Like every 10 years they try another one. Because I remember in, whatever, maybe this is the early 2000s, 2004 era, when that Tarzan movie came out, and I feel like it was even Jason Momoa or some other big burly Samoan dude playing Tarzan. No one gave a fuck. Some characters are just dead to the, the pop cultural lens.
348.
348. 46.
I don't know if I would count Romeo and Juliet because we'll get into it later. That's a bum check. Yeah, think of all the mugs you could pay for with this check, Chris.
You work anywhere else? You work anywhere at all? Or just go to school?
Just go to school.
Now it's this guy.
You're 23.
Just
Two
go.
thousand.
Go to school.
See, this is obviously not varsity, but not quite JV. He's got, I don't know what's going
There's a
on.
space there.
Yeah, I don't know what, he's got like a little,
I don't like it. It's like a teardrop.
feels like a stencil or like a bass clef, because why this part, right? What's going on? But I mean, it's there. He's not like shaving it up to here, so he's not a mall janitor or anything.
Peter Pan must have hit public domain because there's one of those.
Oh, yeah.
movies every
That's
year
another
now.
one that comes around all the time. Like Peter Pan is one of those ones where it's like, you're probably serving a niche, because I've got a friend who's like into that old timey turn of the century type bullshit, and he'll go see all those remakes from properties from like, you know, the, let's say, like late 1910s, right? And they go, well, just keep being remade. And they go, there's going to be an audience for it, but they remake them in these huge blockbuster fashions to be like, let's get everyone involved.
Yeah.
And no one wants to watch it. You were a Chris Hansen backer, Ryan? I mean, at least that's a story.
Upland, Indiana.
Upland.
It's time for you to check out a Star Wars board. Yes,
Here's your
please.
car. I believe it's a 98.
We need to remake the Jazz.
He's gonna say what kind of car he has.
Oh, shh.
98.
8 or 99?
What's zip code there, Upland? What's your zip code at school?
Oh. Maybe he just
I
asked what the year
remember.
was.
I never sent out any
That's
letters
car.
from there, so I never
Okay.
put a
Is it
zip code.
Taylor University?
Detective Flip Phone.
You have a phone there.
You right or left-handed?
What the fuck? Does he have a skull in his
Go
pocket?
ahead, stand up there. Like either way.
Copenhagen, possibly?
I'm going to cook
Put
your
in
right hand,
locality.
and then I need you to leave the left hand behind you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Don't try to stick a pen in your neck. We had to do that earlier, and then
Yeah.
we had to cuff him hastily.
What are you doing?
You calm down, all right?
No, I'm just gonna hang myself.
Hold on, man. Okay. Is it pen laying there?
That's my right hand.
Oh, yeah, use your right hand there. Sorry. Sign right here.
Dumbass.
Trying to scratch the table.
What's the date, Sean?
He does, it's the cop's fault.
Oh my god. He writes like one of the founding fathers. That looks like the perfect style of holding a pen. And that pen is fancy enough to be like, all right, I'll buy that
Yeah.
shit. Oh god.
You're a good brother.
Put that down. Put your hand behind you. Alright. These cups all right.
Hold the pen, asshole.
Little
You
tight,
douche.
but they're supposed to be.
And get a finger in there, and get a finger in there, okay?
Gross.
We're on a double lock it.
I mean, on a dude, I understand where the first finger went. Where did the second one go?
So it doesn't tighten up on you. You double lock the other side.
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
Go in
that.
that seat.
Get that pen back.
I'll put this back in your front pocket. You take this with you. Okay. Stand up.
Oh, was that his pen?
Oh my god. Even for like, no, it's like a card. It's like his ID or whatever. I mean, even for like the, what do you want to call it? I don't know how to describe it. Like the foregone conclusion of this interrogation, like all TCAP interrogations, this one was especially like non-eventful. I mean, it's hard to sit in the face of your chat log and like to be caught on camera and all that and like deny anything. But again, this just feels like, you know, calling back to the fish that jumped in the boat. After the dude was done poking with his rod, he finally got satisfied that Nathan the fish wasn't going to do anything. And now he's like slowly rowing back to shore. Good Lord.
One of these cops should just run in and go, fellas, they hit the other tower, just to really, cement the time for us.
This is 2004. That was 3
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Bygone.
When I was
I was in
in
high school when that shit happened.
I was in middle school in the no windowed middle school.
Quit making me look like a To Catch a Predator alumni. Yikes, right, guys? Whew. We were both adults.
Put every knife in the car. If you have in your property. Alright.
All right, then they walk his dumb ass out and yada, 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 whatever. So there's Nathan Danauer, the dead fish.
He's pretty boring, yeah.
That's why we're going to pack 2 into this because stop. There we go. So Jay Reffner, moving on to him. Hopefully he'll be a little more lively for you. We're doing a slow boil. I mean, Nathan was like holding a cigarette lighter under a gallon pot. But Jay Refner is a different sort of predator. So he's the guy who comes in. Jeff Stacey got the Mickey Mouse voice, but Jay definitely has a voice in the upper octaves. Especially when he's talking to Chris, because he's like sweating his ass off and he takes off his coat and he says, "Hi, sir." Like he's got the same sort of squeaky, high-pitched thing going on. But that part was overshadowed by the fact that his mom was I think she's like in the DA's office in a adjacent county.
Oh, okay.
So she's a prosecutor somewhere outside of the jurisdiction of whatever. So she comes and is his lawyer. And if you've seen that footage where like, oh God, I can't imagine. Like if I were a sex pervert and caught in this sort of situation, I'd be like, I'll take a public defender.
Yeah.
I would not want my mom, because here's the thing. You have to tell your lawyer everything so they can make up a defense for all the things that you know you did. And the worst, like, defendants or whatever, suspects or criminals, they don't tell their lawyer the full story because they think, I don't know what they're thinking. So when the prosecution brings up all the evidence and they have to try and refute that, like Michael Dunn, right? He probably told his lawyer, like, and then he coached him. But, like, the problem was, since Michael Dunn's a fucking idiot and his lawyer didn't have the whole story, he got to, basically put on repeat, objection, overruled, objection, overruled, like on a classic skipping loop with the big fucking horn on the record player. Objection, overruled every fucking time. And that, whatever. I understand why criminals don't want to talk about the shit that they've done because, like,
it makes it real.
It's a confession or what.
Yeah.
You just don't want to say it out loud necessarily. But, like, tell your defense attorney literally everything, especially if you're guilty, because you need them to jump in front of that bullet with some sort of cockamamie bullshit story. And if they don't have the full story, they'll go like, well, what the fuck? All I can say is objection, and the judge will go like, why? And then you look like an idiot.
Objection. Ryan says, I have a quasi-connection with Refner, too. He's from Findlay, Ohio, which is just about 10 minutes from where my dad was born, and most of my family still lives. Also, Findlay has my favorite antique mall.
All right, I'll call that a quasi-connection. I think this is one of the gruff detectives.
There's that guy.
Who are you coming to visit today? What was their real name?
Yes, this guy. Thank God he's here.
Well, she told me it was Sarah, but
Said her name was Sarah?
Fucking Chicago Cubs.
I was just going to say, I'm a Cubs fan much?
And what was her screen name?
You like baseball? Oh, also, this is the guy who is an IT specialist. So, like...
This guy?
Yeah. So when this detective was like reading him his rights and he's like, oh, like he says like you should have been a little smarter about what's going on. Like, because he knows or he finds out that his mom's a lawyer. He's like, you should be a little smarter about what's going on. And he's like, and then Jay here fucking doubles down and goes like, well, yeah. And also since I'm a telecommunications guy, I should have seen that. Oh, it's the Bears. Oh, yeah. Sorry. The Bears. Chicago Bears. They have the Bears and the Cubs.
Is that right?
The Bears.
Bush sucks girl.
Bush sucks
What?
girl.
Right.
That's a bad way to say it. Bush sucks girl, not Bush sucks girl. Like a perverted Bible, burning.
you looking for
like,
something
oh boy.
particular, or-
Just anything.
Oh,
Listen to his voice.
yeah, not too much in there.
Dave Bautista.
He does.
How did you
Yeah,
first
he does
meet
look a little bit like
her?
Dave Bautista. Like it's his. Like, have you seen those pictures of like Henry Cavill and his brothers? Like this is like Dave Bautista's. Oh God! At this point, he's probably like 15 years older brother.
Online.
Yahoo.
Hmm?
Yahoo.
Yahoo?
Yahoo.
Like in a chat line?
Chat line. You idiot.
You work for the University of Finland?
It's the same fucking cameraman.
When did you
Looking
meet
at
her?
his wallet.
I've never met
Oh, this guy's got
When did you meet her in
$22.
the chat room?
Yoink.
Here's the condom.
her.
When was the first time you started talking to her?
Earlier today.
Earlier today? How'd you talk?
He's what we call a fast mover.
Do you have a
Or
popped
previously
collar, or is that
today?
a jacket?
Just
What's
jacket.
that?
Yeah.
That's the one he took off when he was sweating his ass off in front of Chris. And I'm sure it didn't help that when he got outside, he immediately started jogging,
Yeah.
raising his body temperature even further.
I just had my bubble burst. I found a Pizza Hut Pizzone training video, but it's just a 1-minute clip.
God damn
Oh.
it. I mean, there's got to be more out there, Ryan. Don't worry about that.
Got my ninja
Never
stars
seen her
from the
before
mall in
chat
here.
rooms, never seen her before.
No, I usually don't go to the chat rooms. Or
Like when Bud K, the store opens up in your dying mall, and you go, yeah, it's like called Cutting Edge or some other stupid shit. And you go like, yeah, it's the only place in town where you can buy paperweights that are brass knuckles and like, oh my God, like, I don't want to get into this necessarily, so I'll just touch upon it briefly. When I was working in a movie theater as a projectionist for a little while, I was being trained by this dude who, one, had a lot of stories about himself and his girlfriend taking ecstasy,
Nice.
and two, that he was a sword and knife collector, almost exclusively revolving around the selection offered in Bud K catalogs. And if you don't know what a Bud K catalog is, what are you doing here? You should be in bed. You're a baby.
Can I have your phone number, home phone,
my home phone? Why is that?
so we can call you about your vehicle?
You can what?
So we can call you about your vehicle?
I won't be there.
About your vehicle. You will
won't
be
be
there
there.
eventually, dumbass. We're not going to call you when you're in jail. He's about to say that.
Well, you will be eventually.
There
on
you
your
go.
home phone.
419.
My pal Billy has a great story of him going to an Asian trinket store in the mall and being told he was too fat to buy a ninja costume there.
Well, here's the thing. If you're too fat to fit in their available sizes, like I don't imagine there's like a
Maybe there's a special order.
like, you know how you have Hot Topic and then you have Torrid? You know what I mean? You think they have Cutting Edge and ninja shit for fat people? Probably not. You think Buster Bautista here is buying a ninja outfit?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Man, they're all writing. This is a book?
Do you know how old the person was that you were supposed to be coming to visit today?
Didn't we already go over that?
All right, I gotta ask these questions like 3 or 4 times because they got
Who are you, Krista?
questions on here, questions from there. Okay, so I'm asking you again.
Well,
How
no,
old was the
Yeah,
female
wait
that
in
you were
that place.
supposed to
she never told me while we were online.
Okay.
They got
At any
scantrons.
time,
Yeah,
did you know
they're
how
filling
old
out
the
a
female was?
scantron.
Yeah, for every question they ask him, it's like they gotta fill it. And they're like, okay, let me feed your data into the fucking Ames test machine. They go, yep, you're a pervert. Going to jail.
Make sure those circles are completely filled.
Post entry?
Yeah.
No.
Here's the thing, guys. Did you ever come into contact with any other pencil than a number 2?
No.
Every fucking time they said number 2 pencils only. Where would
Actually-
you go to buy a number 1? Is there a number 3?
Right. I always wondered because like I used to use like those Lisa Frank pencils, but they never said what kind of pencil they were. So I just always use them. But of course, with those kind of tests, you have to have a specific number 2.
Pervert jail. It's like when Professor Frink feeds that shit into the thing. He's like, the secret ingredient is love. You stupid machine.
No. A pre-entry? No.
Pre-entry.
At
I'm
any
talking
time,
about, guys.
Did you know how old the female was that was inside?
Inside who?
No, not until I entered the house.
Do you
And
know
she
Jeff
indicated
Stacy?
that
Is
she
this where
was
you got that
I
voice
am.
from?
Here's the thing. Jay here is a fucking idiot because maybe it's because he's like stressed and everything and maybe he's sweating his ass off. But like, this is something I say to my son all the time. Like, when someone answers your question or responds to you in a completely off the wall fucking manner, you do something like this. Listen.
I am speaking English, right? At any time. Any time. Do you know how old she is now?
Well,
So what?
she said behind the wall that she was 16, or turning 15.
Okay.
Behind the wall.
Did you ever view her profile?
Right? Because all he wants to know is at any time. And you go, well, I don't know.
Did you ever take a look at her profile?
On the Yahoo profile?
Yeah, on her Yahoo profile. Did it indicate on there what her age was? Did you look
Yes,
at that?
but that's kind of worthless. It really doesn't mean anything.
What did it say on there? I've never seen it.
Her age?
Yeah.
It said she was 15.
It said she was 15 on the profile.
But she could have been 99. Right, guys? Whatever. It's not like... It would be one thing if, like, TCAP and... perverted justice. Like if they were so unprofessional as to not like provide pictures, like all the pictures they used were unmistakably prepubescent children. And I guarantee he saw that. So the fact that they go like, well, what did the profile say? Because that's the only thing you can quantify, right? You can say, well, I saw 1 and 5. But like, you can't show someone a picture of a child and be like, is this a child? Because if they want to lie because they're sexually attracted to that individual, they'll go, no. It's like the I don't remember or I don't know defense. Like they cannot prove that you don't remember something, so it's not necessarily perjury under the law.
Yeah. Imagine all these guys' lives were ruined because they got an AOL 2.0 disc in the mail.
Right, you see Jay Refner like living an upstanding life, and he just walks out to his mailbox, and it's like, whoa, 200 free hours. It's like, and here he is in front of the detectives like,
She was 15.
When did you notice that?
when did you notice that?
I don't know. Half hour before I came or left or whatever.
Oh, so it was today? I mean, you didn't notice it
Today
when you
was the
first started?
first time I spoke with her.
So you knew that she was possibly 15
Oh, chatted
before you
with
left your house
recently.
today, is that right?
What?
That really holds no credibility or weight when you sign up for those profiles.
Seriously, close your eyes, and if I hadn't told you this is Jay Refner, it's Jeff Stacy.
Yeah.
But since his mom's a lawyer, Stacy gets to be the Mickey Mouse predator.
But you can put any false information. People say there are 130 on there. It really is.
Would you believe that if they showed you a picture of like a 12-year-old flat-chested blonde girl at a birthday party with a pony?
120.
103. I thought she was 103.
I gotta think for
Have
old
like a
people.
Benjamin Button fetish where you can only have sex with super old ladies who look prepubescent? That's a weird fetish, Jay.
It really is irrelevant.
But why would you come to
Irrelevant.
someone's house that is telling you that they're 15 years
Oh,
old?
God, Chris Chan.
Chris Chan would be working at the Kroger right now as the assistant manager if someone just swatted his
It's Commodore
Commodore
to the floor. You know, Thomas, you might be right. Like if Bob, no, I mean, we don't live in a world of what ifs, right? But yeah,
R.I.P. Bob.
If, and you know, R.I.P. soon, Barbara, but whatever.
Right.
You know, the internet lumberjack, R.I.P. But there would have to be so many fundamental changes to reality for Chris Chan to be a stable yet still subpar intelligence manager at a Kroger. Like the autism thing, that's a hindrance. The fact that his dad was like 60 when he was born or whatever, that's a hindrance. The fact that his mom was like 20 years younger than his father. I mean, it was all. Here's the thing. We talk about nature versus nurture. Everything was against Chris.
She didn't tell me that. When
Profile told you that
The
she was 15
lumberjack.
years
I'm
old.
saying.
she didn't say that online. I'm just saying that the profile said that.
Okay, the profile on her Yahoo chat
Right.
said she was
And
15.
as far as the integrity goes of that, it's meaningless. Because people say that there can be 130 or whatever.
We get the second boom mic operator, guys. This is a red letter day. Look how much soap is left on. Oh, maybe that's water and that's Windex. What's going on with this?
So it really doesn't mean anything.
So if this girl said
Seriously,
she was
where is
6,
he
you would
going?
come out here too?
Come on. No.
Okay.
Kind of hard
So-
to have a conversation with a 6-year-old.
Well, no, it's not. I mean, how old would have
An
the
intellectual conversation.
how old would have the chat
What is up, Allison?
ID
Welcome.
had have said she was before you wouldn't have come today with condoms.
The profile?
Uh-huh.
What are we doing here? What is okay, we just talked about this. I'll refresh your memory. Top of the heap, Jeff Stacy cameraman. He's the varsity. Dude who shot Nathan, trying to live in that man's shadow, not living up to any expectations. And this dude is the dude who just doesn't give a shit. What is happening?
Well, again, the profile it has no bearing or weight because it really doesn't mean anything.
But you
Because you can put
established
whatever
that
you
she
want.
was 15 years old, right? You assume that
Isn't
she
that
was...
when I left?
Did you have...
Right, but here's the thing. Did you ever see ASL anywhere? It's 2004. I fucking guarantee you saw ASL. You knew what that was and you answered it.
have to assume that she was 15
So did
years
she.
old if you didn't ask her any questions?
I didn't have any idea how old she was when I left.
You had an idea. You had an idea that she might be 15 years
They
old.
have the chat log.
Possibly. She could have been 80 for all I know.
But her chat line said 15.
Or what?
Her chat ID said 15, correct?
What's a chat ID? No, her chat ID is
What's your chat ID? Yeah. Is it, I don't know, guys. Answer me this. Is it better that all detectives everywhere pretend that technology is just in their blind spot? Because it feels like more of a hindrance more often than not. Because like Jay here, he's like confused. I understand you can go like, oh, well, I'm Catherine Reed and I'm not into chat and like chatting and all that chat room. So tell me about it. So maybe there's three sides to this coin. You got the people who don't know and they go, oh, your chat ID. So they're just using nomenclature they don't know and are just making up. I don't know, whatever.
is Bush.
That dude looks like Chris. A little bit. Oh my God, you're right. Jay Refner is like Chris's cousin.
Her profile.
Her profile?
Her chat ID, however you want to speak, said
However
Her
you want to
profile
speak.
that
said.
she's 15. Correct?
Yes, it does say that.
Okay.
Well, you could go look for yourself. But again, it doesn't mean anything.
I mean, it wouldn't mean anything if you hadn't told her that she can't tell her mom about this or whatever. The simple unfrozen caveman. You always confuse me.
I'm sure David said hi to you, but hi, Allison.
I did.
I had to pee.
Allison Marie Armstrong. I love you more than anything.
So you're making sexual advances to this female whose profile says she's 15.
Guilty.
What were you thinking?
I was horned up.
I never made any sexual advances to her. And
Yo,
you
that's
know
Chris.
Have you ever received oral?
Are you asking me?
No.
Mine? Yeah, that was just play, sir.
If you would like,
That's play. Every time I get a 12-year-old on the chat line, I use her chat ID and I say, you ever get oral?
That was just play.
You know, you get a game of catch going, checkers, Connect 4.
It's the internet.
Ever get oral?
if you would like, I'd love to take your hand
Connect oral. You know.
and show you. I'm sorry. Take your hand and show you.
Reading's hard.
I mean, here's the thing. He was in that that spot of like wiggle room. I don't know what you want to call it, but he was in that area of being alive where like there was plausible deniability where you go like, well, anyone could put anything anywhere because the internet is full of misinformation. And like, what's up, Tony?
Hey.
Since these detectives are like chat profile age and all that, like they don't know shit. Jay sort of gets a leg up and he goes, hey, you know, yeah, I troll the internet for sex perverts all the time. And she could have been 80. And like, yeah, that's a legitimate defense for the early internet. But when they start reading from his chat and they go, hey, yo, did you ask this prepubescent child about oral? And he goes, oh, shit. He doesn't have much to say now, right?
Yeah.
He goes like, well, you know, my chat profile said oral. Or right, because Those are you can't be like, well, they can put anything. Yeah, they can. But you mentioned oral.
I ain't playing around a cornhole with these
We don't have to read through all this, right?
creepos.
You already know that you made sexual advances towards a female online whose profile was 15. Is that correct?
We talked.
And then you just drove 2.5 hours to see her. Is that correct?
Damn.
I just want to make sure I got this all right before I go on further south.
I just want to make this right. So, 2.5 hours on like a. Holy shit. Like, even in $2004, that's a fucking fortune in gas.
Ask these questions again.
You stated here, would you like me to in you? But you said also that you would keep it wrapped.
Does that have anything to do with their chat ID? They can put anything.
Anything.
Keep it wrapped. No rubber.
Saran wrap it.
That's his response. Here's his response. Keep wrapped. It's a good one, Jay. It's a good one.
And they also stated here, somewhere along in the dialogue up here, you had believed that she was a virgin, and you had indicated that you would be honored to be considered the candidate for her first.
That's a nice way to say it.
Yeah, when you put some like legalese on it, it does sound extra perverted.
Yeah.
You had indicated.
I would be
She told you
honored.
that she didn't want to get preggers. You said that you didn't want that either. You asked her if she's ever received oral. You told her that she's really missing out.
And how would he know?
I'd love to take your hand.
How
and
would
show
he
you.
know? Look at him. How would he know? The
mean,
other guy would have gotten oral faster than him.
No, but like, just imagine this profile coming at you.
No.
If you're a lady, you're like, whoa.
I would have rather the other guy if I had to choose between the
Do
two.
what feels good. Do what
Don't
feels
want you
right.
getting
And stop
preggers.
where it doesn't.
Preggers.
That must have been like, they must have handed out like a common nomenclature cheat sheet to all their decoys. Because like preggers and like there's a bunch of buzzwords that happen throughout every chat. So there must have been like, what's his name? Xavier must have been like, here are the buzzwords. Like, say pewter, say preggers. Just act like you have a wrench embedded in your head that was sent there as it was flown out of a toolbox at high speed.
I mean, in the early 2000s when I was in middle school, preggers was a term that the girls would use. But pewter, I've never used that.
My pewter.
Like a
Lol.
lot of the shit that they used.
Krista, please rate the child sexual predators right now. Thanks. But that's the thing. You had to flip a coin. They go, gun to your head. You take Refner, you take Down Hour.
Down hour. Look at his face. He's greasy. His hair is gross.
Reds are going to find its way.
Do you have any phone conversations with this person? Do you have any phone conversations with this person?
He's a fucking idiot.
No.
He looks like
Never.
a turtle.
This person?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
Scary Busey.
That's Gary Busey. It's Gary Busey Chandler.
Where's the computer located that you were using to communicate with this person today?
In my car.
Oh.
At home? Is it
Down
a
hour, like,
laptop
go
or is
down
it a
on it?
regular personal computer?
What?
Nathan, go Down Hour.
Laptop.
Let's bring a line of a king. Oh yeah, this guy is like an obvious like. You grew up in the same time period I did. Hopefully, yeah. This would be like the goblin like vizier.
The snitch.
Or okay, so he's like the fat Jafar, the fat useless Jafar. Where like the king of Agrabah is like happy-go-lucky and he wants nothing but happiness for his people, but like Jafar's there being like, yeah. But this is like if Jafar were Gollum, right? And there's Jay Refner being like, yeah, make perversion legal.
Yeah, no, he's gross. Everything about him is gross.
He's got that cul-de-sac forming in the back, working its way forward. Lies. Fucking paperwork.
Ohio.
Is it L-E-Y?
FINDL. A 45-840.
Yeah. He sneaks up to the king of the sultan of Agrabah. He's like, make perversion legal. Like, what's that? I know this. There was. I'm terrible at history, but like that one. Oh God, it makes a reference in the Dante's Inferno video game, like that queen who made every sort of perversion legal and like ended up in the. Oh, I think lust is. Oh shit, Ring 2 of Hell? Correct me if I'm wrong, but like she's the one who was like, you know, the villain of the sex pervert land of hell, where she's like, even doing it with animals is cool by me. Wink, wink, you know.
My liege.
What year is your vehicle, sir? 2002.
What's the make and
Ford Escape.
What?
It's a Ford Escape.
Oh my God, I drive that.
Bitch, where the fuck was the Plymouth Voyager? Because that's
Different cop.
I'm only 80% sure it was Plymouth. It might have been a Dodge.
Now I'll look it up.
Sir.
Yeah, the implication has been there for an hour and a half.
Look, I thought maybe somebody else would have done that in the chat.
Yeah, I'm talking to just you. Ryan's out there. Thomas fucking fall asleep with the switch. Daryl Brooks is the connection too. You're right, Thomas. But I think
I thought he had an Explorer. No, he had an Escape.
He used an Escape, but it was like, I don't know why this year sticks out to me. It feels like a 2008. I could be wrong. The Ford Escape is haunted. Makes them do crimes.
Will be inventory.
Yeah, like every Ford Escape that rolls off the factory line, like they're all Christines. Like they all fall in love with their drivers and just kill everybody in their lives, and just random people smashes their fingers in the hood and everything. That's hilarious.
Is there anything else
A lot of
in the
good
vehicle
movie
that we're
ideas.
going to find? We're going to find any type of toys, sexual toys,
Children's toys.
children's toys, any other condoms, alcohol, drugs,
Whole lot of
weapons.
drugs.
Oh, my heroin!
Or alcohol. There was probably one other condom in there, but that's it.
One other condom other than this?
Well, one individual one, yeah.
One individual condom?
I took the 3-pack and I threw one in the car because who needs more than 2?
Internet is, they don't know. Nobody knows that I can
They
see.
have to know. It's caught on camera for so long. Do we have no car heads? Or not car heads. We have no gear heads in the TCAP community? No one's interested in that classic American muscle?
Food.
One of neon?
Well, there's a Temple of TCAP
Books.
talking about collection of collectibles cars.
What's your license plate number? Do you recall?
His faces are crazy. Like, if you're into lolcows, it's kind of like Naked and Laughing when she moved in with King Cobra. Like, every time they ask him a question, he goes through like a little... Like, he just stuck his tongue out. What is he doing?
At home, do you have any explicit...
Oh, if this dude pulled off his face and his master of disguise Dana Carvey under there. I would be a little surprised because, I mean, not that Master of Disguise is like a good movie. It's way better than this. I mean, like if you had the choice right now and I said, hey guys, check this out. Would you rather finish watching Jay Refner or watch that section in Master of Disguise where Pistachio dresses up as a turtle because he's a member of the Turtle Club and he bites a dude's cigar and sticks his head in his little
Shell
turtle
thing?
suit?
Let's not get
Pictures.
crazy.
of child pornography or anything like that?
Just
on
take
your
this lint off
computer?
my jacket here.
Dog hair. He's got a husky at home.
It's not my thing.
Not my thing.
Do you have any type of porn on your computer at all?
Yeah. It's 2004. That shit ain't streaming yet.
Adult.
Oh, they
No.
filmed the turtle
That's
suit scene on that 11.
insane. 9/11 has come up a lot on this show too.
Yeah.
For
Does your
some
wife
reason,
know
you
where you're at right
weirdos.
I was in health
No.
class
Where's
in my
she at right
lockdown
I
now?
was in
school.
physics because I was a high
My
school.
daughter came on a trip
I was learning about lung cancer.
in Lima.
The weird thing with your child.
They took a. I know, but like it was a. I don't know
we
why.
did the same thing where they do the cigarette
lungs. Yeah.
Through the.
There's like a doll.
Well, no, we hadn't even. Now we gotta
Talk about
diverge
it.
from. So when talk about it in the chat. Tell me about it in the chat. When you were going through elementary school, like Krista was when I was in my 40s.
Middle school.
Sorry, I had the low rent version. They had a 2-liter soda bottle that they had some sort of mouthpiece for. They stuck on, and that they would squeeze a cigarette through and fill up the bottle. And they'd pull apart the cotton ball and be like, look what goes into your lungs. And we had, because I was in Miss Brown's class in 5th grade, he wasn't my teacher, so I don't remember his name. He was the dude teacher in the quad, but he came over, he's like, I was a smoker. Why do all the teachers in my life with mustaches end up being gay? I feel like he was gay, but he's like, I was a smoker, and this is probably in my lungs.
I was in 7th.
Paul Lind was my adjacent teacher.
7th grade health class, and it was a doll, like a doll head, like a girl doll, and then underneath it was like her body and lungs, and then she would smoke the cigarette, and it would show all the shit that goes into your lungs.
This was just like a 2-liter bottle. Like, look at all the smoke in here. Like, look at this cotton ball.
Thomas was in chemistry class on Staten Island.
Right. Thomas and I are probably close to the same age. Chivalry is not dead. I agree with you there, Rod.
Does your wife have a cell phone?
Yes.
Standardized test.
She probably has it turned off.
God, isn't it depressing to like realize that the year 2000 was so long ago? I feel like I was making fun of people for their terrible fashion choices just yesterday.
Yeah, 419.
Redacted. What's his nuts wasn't redacted.
What's her name?
Would it share?
It's confusing what they don't do and don't remove from these.
I contact her.
It's so. I mean, not him and Nathan share a little. I mean, they've got the same shape chin. They both have the same connected earlobes. I mean, this guy is 100%. He's like the Pillsbury Doughboy version of Nathan Downhour. Like, they're so similar. Like, if Nathan Downhour is the real thing, Jay Reffner is what he would get handed to him from a caricature artist at SeaWorld. Like, Nathan Downhour would be like, here's $5. I'll sit down. And the guy goes, whoop. And he turns it around. It's Jay Reffner.
I bet if you shook him at the shoulders, he'd have consistency of Jello.
Yeah, like no bones, like his body just like
shaken adult syndrome.
So let's just digress because I like to do that. There's a story in The King in Yellow where there's this guy who like drives a hearse, and this is like turn of the century. Like The King in Yellow is a super old book, and in it, there is a story where in the future, the distant future of the 1920s, we're so progressive that we allow suicide booths to be a thing, like in Futurama. So I feel like they maybe ripped that off.
Probably.
But there's a story in there where like there's this gravekeeper, or like this, maybe he drives a hearse, but it's like a horse and buggy, and you know, whatever, the King in Yellow isn't super scary, this or that, but like it just turns out that this big, weird, foul-smelling dude driving this horse and buggy hearse around is just like a giant grave worm. Because like some of the street toughs, like he gets lippy with him, and like the dude punches him or whatever. He's like, and like he has no bones, like rips a piece. It's a great book. I think you should read The King in Yellow.
No.
Semi-scary sometimes. When you get to the story with the pool that turns living objects into marble statues, you go, what the fuck are we doing here?
Never. You never met somebody online. This is the very first time that you've ever met somebody online and gone to their house to meet them, whether they were of age or not of age?
No, I met a lady, had lunch with her. This was like about a year ago.
And how old was she?
It's a good story.
32 at the time.
32 at the time?
Not.
Have you ever met any juveniles online?
Never.
Do you chat online with juveniles regularly?
Never, I rarely
His
chat.
face looks like
You
a
rarely
piece
ever
of
chat?
putty that you would
This is
stick
the
on a
first time
newspaper.
that you ever got in your...
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's that character from that story from The
Yeah.
King in Yellow. Like
Yeah.
he's just an overgrown like corpse grub who like squirmed out of the earth, like grew a little hair and stepped into a windbreaker.
I adore really for back times talking's futuristic glimpses. It's like someday we'll travel to the stars and beyond the moon, and maybe we'll let the Polish come too.
Right? Like that's the thing. That like the that story is so crazy because it's like they're talking about, well, you know, so many things have changed. It's the 1920s, and like what? Like we're always so fucking terrible at predicting the future because like we're always wrong. Mostly, like about the big stuff. Like we're not living on the moon or anything, but like Star Trek pretty much predicted like handheld phones and shit.
I'd like a
I
replicator.
chatted with a person that was underage, and he drove 2.5 hours to come to see her tonight.
I have a friend. I have a friend that she's 28 that we talk a lot. She lives down in Southern Ohio, but
Bringing her up,
we
why?
just talk. And other than that, I really don't chat much. In all honesty.
To be honest,
Why did you choose Dark County
Choose
to
what?
come here? Why did you choose
Shoot
to come
what?
to Dark County?
right? Like he was lurking around specific counties of Ohio, right? Like
Which one's the best?
Like if I'm ever going to turn into a lurking predator, like I'm not going to leave Pinell County.
That's the county here?
Why did you choose to come here? I mean, what was
Fuck if
what
I
was
know.
it that,
A child offered me disgusting interaction, and I came for that. Like, I don't care like who your mayor is. I don't care what the laws are. I don't care what the tax rate is on commercial goods here. I'm here for perverted reasons, right? Like, you guys don't have the best White Castle in all of Ohio. I'm here for the perversion.
for the very first time in your life, you decided, you know what?
Incredibly,
I'm gonna
Ryan.
take a chance. I'm going to go down here.
Yeah, just random
Pulled a classic ABBA, took a chance.
circumstance, I guess. I didn't choose to come down here per se.
It just happened.
I mean, anywhere there was a 15-year-old, I would have gone.
Just came to talk to her.
What if they were in Fort Lauderdale?
Wherever.
Would you have gone there?
I always select my
Really had
hunting
nothing to do
grounds
with
by
that
county
county, if you
and
will.
or zones where natives can operate
what you're asking?
casinos.
I'm saying, man, like you go to Gila County, Pinell County. I mean, Maricopa's dicey. Yeah, you got to get Wild Horse Pass. It's the perfect county to like predate children.
Yeah, I mean, was there any reason why you came here?
Not at all. I don't know.
There's
Why would
no
I-
reason why you came here.
I don't know. I'm asking you.
No,
Look
I've
at his
never been anywhere in my
faces.
life, actually.
Did you tell anyone that you were coming here?
Oh, because the tax here is only 7.2%, and where I live, it's 8.9.
Today?
No.
You think he was crossing county lines to like pull some cigarette tax fraud?
Right?
What are we doing here,
Did you
dude?
tell anybody you were
Nobody that-
coming? Who would I
You know.
tell?
Always.
Anybody knows that you've come here today. Is that right?
Like friends or family or
Yeah.
whatever? No.
Friends, family, people that you know.
Acquaintances?
Other than law
Strangers?
enforcement and Dateline.
Drive by and tell somebody?
Nobody knows that
No,
you're
I'm so
here.
sure.
Dateline?
No one.
Okay.
I mean, every time I went out for possible
all
sexual
sorts of
encounters, I
things
told
that you're gonna
nobody. Because you want to tell them afterwards if your conquest was successful.
On my first date with David, I told nobody where I was going, and I could have gotten murdered.
I mean, you know, not that I wasn't thinking about it. I'm like, time to murder. But I was like, no, we'll marry this one. But like, that's the thing. I'm not going to say I'm in Jay's situation. But like, I wouldn't be like, to the dudes I worked with on the construction site when I was an electrician, like elbowing the ribs, like, who's got a hot date tonight? This guy. You don't do that because, like, we're not ladies. And we're like, oh, what are you going to wear? What purse? What you do is Monday after the weekend when the date
got
happens, you
laid.
go, I got laid. You slap them 5 and you talk about how big your titties were and how fat that ass was, right, guys? Gentlemen?
Guys?
Yes.
Dudes?
Anybody?
Hello?
Have you ever had sex with anybody under the age of 18?
No,
Or anybody
Have
in
you ever
general?
had sex?
just me and my wife.
What is your job at?
What?
You had sex with yourself?
He's married?
Findlay.
Yeah.
Communications.
Data communications.
Are you a teacher?
I'm a data communications guy, so I probably should have known.
I'm so
No.
fucking loopy.
What's data communications? What do you do?
I run the internet.
Talking about so Lucy sings. It's my cross-country criminal enterprise. That's what I'm saying, man. You go to a place where like cigarettes are, I don't know, $5.99 a carton. Maybe I know a place like that. Yeah,
Work, and I manage
go to a place, some $6.99. Tastes a little different.
6.
You know, what if your family don't like bread? They like cigarettes. And instead of giving them away, you sold them for a price that was practically giving them away.
5 people running the servers and stuff. Telephone, PBX,
Thank you, Ryan.
that type of stuff. Does that make sense?
No.
No. What?
So you run the internet program through Findlay University?
Something like that.
I mean,
Something like that. I mean,
And you're
I was on
married.
the internet program.
I want to know what his wife looked like. I'm assuming they're not married anymore.
You were on an internet program at Findlay looking up a chat. What do you call it? Chat login name or whatever.
is that what your job title would be? What would your job title be?
Network systems manager
Okay.
Not anymore.
is my official title.
I want to
Was
enunciate all that shit for some reason.
manager.
You don't want these C's.
Copy 22.
Blackfoot
Sure.
Drive.
Yes.
Say how old?
11,
11,
12?
12?
For
Clear.
Anything.
20,
2220.
2220.
Here's my gut tells me if you ever use the word Lucy unironically and non-comedically, you probably also use the word chicken head on a regular basis.
Nope. What I'm going to have him do is unhandcuff you.
Handcuff you.
I'm going to read this form to you real quick. It's basically a permission to search your vehicle.
Does it feel like he was trying for a Superman curl, but since like this is a no man's land, he's like, whoop. It kind of feels like that's a little like, I don't know why it brings Pinhead to mind from the Hellraiser movies.
Don't judge
Obviously,
Thomas.
We're going to go through it and impound it, but we're getting everybody to sign up permission to search a few.
You just see Thomas rolling up through the, the res, straw cowboy hat all fucked up and dirty, rolling through in like a 1970 Chevy pickup, smoking those Lucy's. Hey, ladies. They're all playing like skipping rope and shit.
The King in Yellow, is this the same one referenced in True Detective?
Yes. So I've not seen True Detective, but yes, the King in Yellow was referenced heavily in the first season. I hear they went a little off course for the second season. I don't have HBO, so I don't know for sure. But yes, Rod, read the book. It's little. It's old timey.
Doesn't Penguin make it? Didn't Penguin make the King in Yellow?
Yeah,
too?
it's so old. It's like
copy?
why can't I remember Robert W. Chambers, King in Yellow, William Hope Hodgson, House on the Borderlands, another awesome book if you like that sort of shit. We can talk about Lovecraft and stuff like that if you want to later.
According to Skip Tracer, Jay is engaged and getting married in November.
Holy shit!
417 Nevada
So he got
Lane,
divorced,
Findlay,
now he's getting married again.
5840 does voluntarily
Stacy got married? Oh,
authorize
No, he's dead.
Detective Haynes, which is myself. and
That's
other
what marriage will
officers
do to
which
you.
May designate to assist him to search my computer, which is located at your residence. And my motor vehicle, 2002 Ford Escape, bearing license.
there's
plate
this guy.
number,
Oh, I thought that was Dennis Hopper for a second.
which we don't know.
He looks a little bit like Dennis Hopper from Waterworld. Like if we turn back and he's got a big fake eye with a huge eyelash on it, I go, yeah, I buy it.
Ohio. And it's presently located at 51.
What are we doing here, Cam? Oh, the condoms.
Condoms.
I thought those were Post-it notes. Vivid condoms?
Nice. Looks forward to the inevitable
So I don't have a
FFOP
problem
divorce
searching
video
for
from Secure Transfer
computer.
bites my
I don't
time.
have a problem with search security, but because of the fact of my position at my work, you know, I've got a lot of security sensitive information, which is pertinent to that job, you know, to my job. So because of
So
that,
they're basically,
you know, how do we go about handling that, maintaining the integrity of that stuff?
I mean, the police aren't worried about. I mean, they're the police.
They don't care about your job.
It's not like you're handing over your a laptop to Anonymous. Like the police are gonna be like, yes, corporate secrets and other such. Like, what vulnerabilities of the University of wherever the fuck are the police? Like, what?
Right. Captain Pie says, you got to wonder how got caught on To Catch a Predator wasn't a deal breaker.
I know, right? Because, like, that's the thing. We were talking about Michael Warker, and he, in death, is now being slam dunked upon by the entire internet, or at least he was, until they shut down the comment
Only
section
on
of his funeral.
Right, but the legacy still has all of
I'm
the
sure.
Predators making comments.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like, because I'm sure. I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure because it feels like back in the days of Have Gun Will Travel, right? You could just go to the next town, print out a business card with a different name, and be like, "Hey, I'm a different dude."
Right.
Because no one's gonna be like, "Well, the internet says you're a pervert."
They didn't do background checks in the desert.
Yeah, you would have to be like so well known that they'd be like, "Oh yeah, they know about you in Black Hills, Dakota, and here we are in Tombstone, Arizona. Like you're such a big gunslinger." I understand news travels, but like it feels like it would be incredibly easy just to be like a traveling pervert, whereas like now. Even if you weren't trying, somebody like you're on To Catch a Predator, for God's sake. Someone isn't going to reach out to you, the person associated with the predator, and be like, "Did you know?" Because the internet's full of trolls.
That's why Sokol's trying to change his name. Jay Refner is no more. Say hello to Miguel Sanchez.
Miguel Sanchez.
Well, basically, what's going to happen is, of course, going to want to
And I get to keep this bird cage.
probably use your computer to find out what type of pornographic material you have on there.
Your tag's up,
Reference
sir.
Kitty porn or anything
Let somebody
like
just
that.
stick their hand like.
Obviously, you know,
got a
there's an
Sidney
issue
Crawford
like that.
beauty mark on
So
his
we're gonna
neck.
check it. Probably check your chat logs with, you know, against this stuff. But your computer's not here right now, so the court's gonna probably, you know, try to have it seized, you know, through you.
Through me.
Right. Try to contact you, get it seized, because we're not gonna drive up there and seize it.
I know. Beef. Oh, Wordle?
Oh, Wordles. Beef of Wordles.
Oh, obviously.
I like that.
Okay.
You better
Well,
change your YouTube
I'm
name
just
to
concerned
that.
about that information for work and all. Is all. That's all.
Right. We're not interested in what you do for work
don't
unless
give a
what you
fuck.
do for work is illegal.
You can call me Punch Steakface.
Okay.
Are you right or left-handed?
Me? Right.
Okay.
Who else? God damn. The fact, like, there's 3 people in this room. The detective asks a question, and he goes, "Me? Yeah, you, motherfucker. Who's the camera on? You're right or left-handed. Huh?
Where'd
Me?
you come from?
No, I'm asking the dude I work with. Like, now I feel like is the time that we get to know each other. Now that we've got Jay Refner in situ.
Say lawyer at any time, you fucking dork.
Right, just be like, I want the lawyer.
The lawyer.
Phillips and the Lawyer Associates.
Sir.
Hopefully I don't fuck this up like I did Down Hour. God, I feel so bad about that one. Those little baby hands. They've never seen a day of work in their lives.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead, just what I want you to do, hold on.
I'm sorry.
I want you to read the statement aloud, just to make sure you understand the rights.
He has the mother.
Out loud.
Yeah.
I am given
Call the mother.
written permission to these officers freely and voluntarily, without any threats or promises having been made. And after
Blip.
having been
Here's the thing, guys. I'm self-conscious about my voice because I feel like it's too high, and in my own head, I feel like I get confused for a lady on the phone a lot. But then I hear dudes like Jay and Jeff, and I go, maybe I'm not so bad.
No, you.
Type of one in the chat if I get a lady voice.
I've been intelligent by some officer that I have a right to refuse.
Hey, I type of one in the chat. Oh, I helped Steve move into his old apartment. I helped Steve move out of his new apartment, and I helped Steve move into his new apartment. I helped Steve move in and out of his old apartment and into his new apartment.
Use this search and or see.
0.
Your signature,
Fucked
or
written
you
down.
can sign this piece of paper if you
That
wish.
pen still has Jess Stacy's DNA.
Nothing of any significance on
It's got a little neck skin cell on the ballpoint.
Okay.
in there.
Good enough.
Well, there you go.
Up.
So, not for nothing, I was watching that earlier, and I'm going to make you guys watch that very soon because the Michael Dunn cross-examination is second only in comedy to the Nancy Brophy cross-interrogation.
Oh,
Or
man.
cross-examination, rather. Holy fuck, Michael Dunn. So funny. I don't want to talk about it too much, but the fact that the prosecuting attorney like openly laughs so much, it was infectious. Like it put me in a good mood all day.
Am I reading any of these or am I getting rid of this webpage?
Oh yeah, I guess since people, at least one person wanted it, let's hear some of the things that people are writing on Michael Warker's, death book page.
Well, there's 35 entries.
Give me the top 5 or just 5 at random.
Kenneth Brinkman says, oh boy.
Oh boy.
The stuff we used to do. Oh boy. The stuff I will miss about you. Oh boy. You came through Heaven's Road. Oh boy. We never waste a load.
I was like, I hope they talk about the loads.
Chris Hansen says it hurts so much losing a person, but like Mike said, it's a good kind of hurt though.
Rest in power. R.I. Possible? No, he's dead.
Oh, Chris Hansen also says, hey Michael, I've heard your rather unfortunate passing. Despite our previous confrontation, I give my condolences. I hope you're in a much better place now. Oh,
That might be like the real Chris, though.
that could be. I don't know. I did the.
Because, like, what troll would be, like, offering legitimate condolences? It kind of feels like when Null and all the trolls of Kiwi Farm sent Chris a big box of shit and a money order when his house burnt down.
I'm trying to. Lee Greer.
Even trolls have a good side. No pickles?
I really wish we could have one last double cheeseburger with no pickles.
Goddamn.
Jay Refner, hey, I miss the days we used to make balloon animals together. I'm honored to be considered the candidate for your best friend.
You gonna make blue animals? Oh, no. Poor Jay.
Kayla Marie Armstrong, we can end on this one because it's long. Mikey was always one of my best and closest friends. He gave good directions and was so sweet. I'll never forget the day he became a creditor and asked my husband, can I rate you anally? Which, of course, he did for free. One year, he dressed up as a vampire for Halloween and drank all the punch at the party. The day he told me he wanted to blank my blank shocked me, but I gave in because he was cute, built good. Rest easy, sweet prince.
Holy
Big
shit.
Smile.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say I wrote that shit. Like, that's the kind of hack writing I would do. What a murderer's row of references. Kenny Pickle back there. Thomas, we always keep them in stock for the anti-Lee Greers. Or was that the decoy? He didn't want any pickles. I don't know. Lee looks like a pickle man, right? Like, he feels like he could understand the subtleties of a nice, kosher dill or a gherkin. All right.
I made some spaghetti, but I dropped some sauce on the floor.
Good. All right, guys. That's all I got for you tonight. That was our TCAP doubleheader. So just for your information, I said Michael Dunn's coming up. I've got Vlasic. Never cooked, always crisp. That's why I always wanted Vlasic, but we always got Mount Olive because, again, my parents said we were poor when we were actually cheap. Mount Olive. Ugh. Fucking gutter trash. Good night, everybody. Again, I can't remember his name, but I've got a bunch of people in the works. I have gotten a special request that I'm still working on because the dude's interrogation is 4 hours long. And I'm trying to reacquaint myself with the case. I think we're probably there, so maybe he'll come up next. Moral of the story is we'll be back on Wednesday, probably to do some training to get you guys up to code. Maybe we'll do some commercials and etc. Don't know. Thank you so much for showing up.
News.
That's not the news. Thank you so much for showing up. And maybe you're watching this in the future, which is the present for you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.
For the try to
Fistful of Podcasts Radio.